Hi, guys. So I had a pretty horrific experience that kind of left me feeling rather just like ashamed. I couldn't believe I fell for it. And then I realized if I fell for this, it is likely that other people are probably having the very same experience. So I went on a platform that I have been using for years. I put a request for proposal. I asked for exactly what I want. This person comes back and they're asking all these super intuitive questions, questions that no one else is asking. And needless to say, then the price was like 5 times as much. I'm like, fine, I will do what I need to do because I knew how important those digital assets were. So I get all of the information, which seems like an eye roll because it was like amateur hour. I'm like, how on earth could the person who I was communicating with send me this junk? Because that is what it was. Pure, absolute junk that was not even worth my proposal price. This was the part that turned my stomach because I then began to realize, oh my God, all this time I was communicating with AI. She was taking all of my questions, all of my pain points. She was inputting it into AI and then giving me all of these intuitive responses to be able to get me to say yes. And I did. So it worked. So I go back to the portfolio of work and I'm questioning, did you actually ever do this? And so if you really want to create that kind of credibility, that kind of presence, so that future clients, if you're a solopreneur, if you're, a small business owner, you have a very small business that relies heavily on you as being the brand, it is super important that you make sure that you have online visibility that does you credence and that you even actually exist. Because aside from Google searching you, you also now have AI searching. There's just like a lot of overwhelm because we're getting so much information being thrown at us. And I said, okay, we need to focus on just cutting through the noise. I created the Authority Advantage Assessment. So that's these files here. If you take the time to input the questions that are asked in this assessment, this is what will be generated for you, letting you know exactly how you're coming up and how you're showing up, how you're being received. In that we are all faced with so much overwhelm, so much information. I wanted an easy, simple, uncomplicated blueprint that you're able to follow so that you understand exactly what that next step is. If you have any questions at all, never hesitate to ask. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments.